Cowboys weekend was brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world, SWBC Employee Benefits and PEO Services, and by Forest Park Medical Center, your destination to better health.
And we're back on Cowboys weekend. Just a few more minutes with Chase Williams and Nate Newton. I'm Lindsay Cash. We're glad you're with us today. Let's get right into the Cowboys offense. Nate, for the first time in 10 years, an offensive lineman took the Player of the Week award, and it was Tyron Smith. How impressed are you by him?
This guy, it started last year at left tackle. Didn't give up anything. This offseason, he got a mega $1 million contract. And usually a guy put a lot of pressure on himself and fall off, not Tyron Smith. He went to work, bettered his technique. He's one of the best left tackles in the game. And I'm so excited for him. I think this guy can only get better.
This is one of the best offensive lines in the entire NFL, but saw an injury in Doug Free, fractured foot. He's going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. In comes Jeremy Parnell. How will that mess with the O-line's continuity against the Giants?
If Jeremy is ready, technique sound, it won't mess it up too bad. But if he's a little bit behind what I like to call the rhythm, in changing games and passing people off, it could be a little bit of problem there. So you have to be a little leery when you come out the box with the quicker pass. Everybody making sure that their technique sound and giving him a little help starting out and letting him get his feet wet, because he came in just for a little bit of the last game, but now he's finna open up. And, JJP may not sit on top of Tyron's head. He may smell some new meat and shift over and come out at Jeremy Parnell.
Okay, so DeMarco Murray hitting the century mark every single game, franchise best start to the season. He had 115 yards last week. The Giants are allowing just 116 yards per game rushing. So what is their game plan going to be to even try to stop DeMarco Murray? You know
what? They're going to put that eighth man in the box. And when they put that eighth man in the box, that opens up the outside for us, the Dez Bryants, the Terrence Williams. These guys going to have a chance. And even our great tight end and Jason Witten. So when you determine to stop that run, that means you're going to keep an eighth man in there at all times. Now, they may want to play a little peekaboo with the free safety and strong safety, depending on where the strength is, where the tight end is. But if they do that, I'm quite sure Scott Linehan got something waiting for him.
Well, you saw Linehan add a few wrinkles in the Seattle game. Of course, you got the steady diet of DeMarco Murray running the ball, but he also added in those quick passes out to Dunbar, and then you got a little Joseph Randle in there. You got a little more Terrence Williams. Will that continue here against the Giants?
It will, because you want to give somebody a fresh look, and that fresh look is Dunbar. That fresh look is Joseph, just adding a few pieces, and that way, they can slowly manage what happens to DeMarco Murray. But, the big key is keeping a new look. You always want to give a little wrinkle to a division opponent, because everybody knows everybody, and they know basically who you are.
Okay, now shifting back over to the offense. You mentioned Dez Bryant earlier a little bit. So you're saying the Giants are going to come up, load up the box, and we can't forget DeMarco Murray was sick a couple of days this week. How dependable are Dez and Terrence Williams? I mean, outstanding performances the past couple games.
You know what? With him being sick, we don't know how sick. I mean, they're gonna test him and measure him before the game to see how he's feeling. But if he's the normal guy and he's in there, they're gonna run him. They're going to open this game up and they're going to run him. And if as the game go on, and he feel like he's getting weaker, things not going right, then we can look for Joseph Randle, we can look for Dunbar, and we can look for our outside receivers to play a bigger part. But if he lines up at the I-back position or the single back position, hey, 29 times, baby, let's rock and roll.
Nate, you've asked for clean games from the Cowboys the last few weeks, and it still hasn't happened. Dwayne Harris, a muff punt, a block punt there in Seattle. Do you see that becoming an issue in the special teams, and at what point will that cost this Cowboys team a win?
I talked to the special team coach, and this is one of our better players. And sometimes, we have these mental locks, and he's right there snake bit. And the same thing with DeMarco Murray as far as dropping the ball on the ground. You got to be conscious of who you are, what you're doing, and the situation on the field. So I think that this guy's going to be all right. Dwayne Harris is a ball player. Just mentally get yourself focused.
Cowboys get their 6 in a row?
You know what? I hope so, man. This is the New York Football Giants. Whoop them.
Cowboys go for 6-1 later this afternoon. For Nate Newton, Lindsay Cash, I'm Chase Williams on Cowboys Weekend, presented by Forest Park Medical Center.
How about it, baby? Cash money. Way to go. Way to go. I'm dirty. Hey, not a lot of words, guys. We talked about it last night, and I told you, really from the bottom of my heart, I'm just proud to be a part of it. To see how you guys work, see how you guys play, see how you guys fight, do it all together, love the game, love each other. It's great stuff. It ain't easy. We talked about mental toughness. Be your best regardless of circumstances. There were some circumstances out there. Nobody blinked and kept the shoulders back and the eyes forward and just did a hell of a job. It's a hell of a win for our team.